welcome to real life TV. Yeah?
Real life TV.
Real life TV, where what we're bringing you today is mistakes you need to know when you are investing in property. Now, why would you need to do that?
Because you need to be able to avoid these things. You need to be able to save yourself time, energy, money. Because mistakes can be scary.
Time, money. That's like
energy and money.
Yeah, exactly. Energy and money together. Energy and money together. That's what it is.
Hashtag money.
Money. Yeah, hashtag money, because that's real. Who wants more energy and more money? Yeah. Who wants more money? That's what we're talking about.
Money.
Yeah. Who wants more money? Energy and money. Because here's the thing: when you got energy and you can invest your energy in the places what's going to get you results. That's what's good about avoiding mistakes, because you're going to go in a direction. There's nothing wrong with going in the wrong direction. The problem is going in the wrong direction enthusiastically. That's what it is. If you're going in that wrong direction enthusiastically and you're blind and you're open to things, then this is definitely for you. So if you're watching right now, please tag someone else if you believe that is them. Start tagging them, start commenting, because I want to hear what questions do you have, or what mistakes have made you even come across. Let's cross-reference some mistakes that people have made. Yeah, because I guarantee every single person on here, they've made at least one mistake.
And I think they make mistakes because I get contacted all the time by people. Hey, this has happened. What do we do now?
Yeah, they only want to invest in themselves when it's like, oh, I need to get myself out.
Yeah, I've been shit in that hole. What do I do?
No, the do.
The do.
Like that. Yeah. So when it comes to that, then they get a little bit more serious. Where actually, the money you lost because you didn't know what to do, you didn't get the right education, the right training, the right coaches, the right mentors, the right processes, and it cost you thousands anyway.
But equally, they make a mistake and then they cut their losses and then they don't do it again.
Do you know the loss that no one ever accounts for? Do you know the loss that no one ever accounts for? You want to know what it is? Yeah, it's the one where it's like, actually, if I'd have just made a move, oh my goodness, in this 2 years that I've been hanging about, I could have made millions. The 2 years that people wait contemplating whether to make a move.
Yeah.
Should I do this? Can I trust that? Is this a scam? I'll wait for everyone else to figure out to see if that's gonna.
But I also get it from those people's perspective, because at one point or another we were them, and I think what's hard about it is like people think
about 25 years.
If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. That's how we were brought up. But I think it's like in property, you need to do your due diligence in everything. You can't just believe what other people are saying to you all the time. Like, God, when we started, we had so many properties that we were looking at and had offers accepted on and things. And people were like, you'll never rent those rooms. You'll never get those type of rents. You'll never get a revaluation like that. Spent too much money, bought it for too much. And we were just like,
you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah,
how can you two 12-year-olds make anything happen?
How can you manage that many projects at the same time? You're pregnant. Shouldn't you be a mum? And shouldn't you be just with your children?
So here's the thing. Let's get into these. So you want to write this down. Wherever it is you're watching this, here's the first one. These are not in any particular order. This is the only order that they're in is the order in which we wrote them down. But here's the first one. Here's the biggest mistake that you need to avoid. Yeah, and that's not taking care of a pre-valuation. What do we even mean by that?
Yeah, so we always talk about prop valuations or pre-valuations, and we do a lot of this in our trainings in like extended detail. Now, what a pre-valuation is, just to give you a synopsis, is when you're buying a house, they will bank will send a valuer out to say that it's worth what you are being lent to buy it. That's it. And then if it's a commercial asset, so if you're turning it into a HMO or if it's commercial for residential, if you're buying it commercially and you're looking to add value and then refinance on the back end, they will also take into account what you're doing to the asset and give you a gross development value figure based on what you showed them and what it is right now. And a pre-valuation is so important. Like, we have a real massive system now on how we deal with this and how we get the kind of numbers and revalues that we have. This process.
But if your strategy is to refinance and pull either all or some of the money out, leverage, or you want to recycle money, and you want to exercise leverage, it's a very aggressive growth strategy. So if you're going to do that, then this is a thing. So where did this
so the pre-valuation stage, now we know what we need to do, but at the time, very, very beginning, we were like, well, as long as it's worth what we're buying it for now. Actually, in actual fact, I remember this one, it's hilarious. They valued it, we were buying it at 95,000. They valued it at 165, but they valued it at 165 now, and they valued it at 165 even after works were all considered as well. Now, we were converting this into a commercially valuable HMO in an Article 4 area. So what happened was, once we got down the back end for the refinance, the same valuer came back out to revalue it with the beautiful finish and all the high rents. And he said, well, it's worth 165. And I was like, how can it be worth 165? All these comparables, and just that one down the road sold for 285, which is the same product, and ours is better and higher rents. And he went, but I said 165 last time and you accepted it, so I can't now justify an extra 150k.
So here's the thing,
give or take.
We always say, because what we obviously realize now is what's an amazing thing about property is one, and by the way, if there is something else, let me know, but it's like, you can know what the steps are and what it is to get in, what money it's going to cost you to get in, and what it's likely to be when you come out, before you even start the process, before you even invest in it. Before you commit anything. Now, if there is any other investments where you know how that's how it happens, please let me know. Yeah, and we'll joint venture on that. Don't worry, we can fund whatever investment it is. We'll do that. Yeah. So the thing is not doing the due diligence to know how are you going to exit, or how are you going to refinance?
The end in mind, starting with the end in mind. Also, a lot of investors love, like, this is another way to show them more security, more of a guarantee around.
Oh yeah, one of our last deals that we secured the investment based on the
valuation. Yeah, because I said, look, I was so confident with all the due diligence that we did and the process that we follow, that we knew what it was going to be worth and what the gross development value would be. And I said, look, if you agree to invest with us in this deal and I show you the valuation once it's complete that says that it's within this region, are you happy to move forward with this? And they said, yeah, okay then, because that's proof. It's like a guarantee. It's like a dead certain. So then we got the valuation. It was much higher than even we anticipated. So it's brilliant. Win-win for everyone. The next one was, this one was painful. I will never ever, for the whole journey that I have in property, forget this deal. So assuming that your builders will take care of building control. What a mistake. So we had this property in the very beginning that we were buying to add value and sell. And we got literally 2 weeks from exchange. It was like 2 weeks.
No, it was like the last thing. It was like, oh, by the way, yeah, we're all ready to go. That, you know, the sale's going through, and it was an amazing price. There was some fantastic profit in there. And then all of a sudden they say, oh yeah, where's your certificate for the work, the change of works you done for the building control? Yes,
the building reg sign up.
Yeah. We were like, yeah, no worries. We'll get that for you. So then we was like, searching around for it, saying like, where is it? And I was like, oh yeah, we need to get.
I literally rang the builder.
I didn't know that happened. That was totally crazy.
I rang the builder and said, hey, have you got the building control sign off? Because we need it for the people that are buying it, just for the sale. And he was like, well, you dealt with that.
Oh, you see, look, this is what it is. Yeah, big mistake. Cost thousands.
Yeah,
it cost thousands. Do you know why? And here's why you need to not do this silly thing. Because why? The house was finished.
Oh, it was so
the house
beautiful.
was absolutely finished. But then when they came round, we'd restored all the doors.
Oh my God, the doors! We dipped and stripped the Victorian doors.
She just likes that word, dipped and stripped.
Dipped and stripped.
Yeah, even if we don't do that, that's what she called it.
That's what they were called, dip and strip.
But what happened is, so they restored the doors. You know, everything was finished. The paint was done. Kitchen was amazing. And then when they came round, we needed to change the doors, the fire doors. The strength of the stairs needed testing. They needed to drill holes.
They've drilled holes everywhere.
Yeah, inspection holes to see insulation. And then they said, then I think they just threw the book at us. Then they said, oh, this timber is not up to scratch, even though we doubled them out and everything. So we had to actually reinforce them with steel. This is when everything is already done. Everything is already done. So the purlins that are running through the roof, because the old style, you know, not trusses, just a hand-built roof. Yeah, so they had to be reinforced. steel plated. That had to be another girder put it in that supported the floor. Oh my goodness, it's crazy.
Even more fireboarding, all of the doors. Now this genuinely will haunt me because those doors were stunning. I'd upcycled because I love.
What is this?
I love. Yeah, upcycling. So, like you recycle, but you upcycle. So you take something that's old and horrible and make it into something beautiful. But literally, we'd spent a lot and obviously waited on these beautiful doors, having them rehung.
Where are they now?
They're in the sky.
Oh, get out.
No.
Yeah, so here we go. Listen, people. After all of that, we still made £14,000. Yeah. So in fact, there's a video on YouTube. If you want to go subscribe to YouTube, make sure you do that, because when we get to 1,000 subscribers, oh my goodness, we're going to give something madness away. Yeah, and by next week, we're going to tell you what that madness is. Something amazing, absolutely amazing. Get to 1,000 subscribers, you could be one of those people. So anyway, what I was talking about, £14,000 we still made, but oh my God, costly mistake, because I think we were due to make about 40 grand on that.
Yeah, it was. It was really a really juicy profit.
But it wasn't just the building control that was the thing. So I don't think it cost all that money just because of the building control mistake, even though that was a hefty mistake and a big chunk of it. But we made many mistakes on that. So what else is there? Oh my God, here's a big mistake. Let me tell you something. Yeah. What I want to tell you is, look, accounting for services like Severn Trent, electric meters and gas meters.
Right,
if
yes.
Any adjustments, like if you need to move them, if you need to move the gas, what's going on? Do you think you can explain it better? Okay, let's go, come on. No, come on, you're up. Come on, let's see.
So if, for example, you've got a HMO.
Yeah, okay. Is it 5 bed, 6 bed, 12 bed?
For whatever rooms the HMO, you've got to think about the more showers and things like that you're putting into the property.
That's not how this works.
What do you mean?
You've got to deal with the question. Is it an article 4 area?
It doesn't have to be.
Oh, okay.
If it's just a HMO, for example, and then you're going from one standard family bathroom to maybe 5, 6, 7 plus, obviously the current water mains in may not be sufficient for all this extra water flow that you're going to need. And for that reason, and also on gas and electricity meters. So for a lot of them, the front room in the old houses has gas and electricity meters inside those front lounges or dining areas. Well, when that becomes a bedroom, you can't have them in there because obviously you need to be able to access it for all tenants. So to get them moved and to get Severn Trent to put a new water pipe system in for the extra flow that you're going to need, oh my goodness. This is a big challenge because the gas and electricity people take at least 12 weeks to get it in, and Severn Trent 12 plus weeks to do the water pipe replacement.
Now that's not entirely true, is it?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
No, because there's ways that you can make it happen quicker than that. Yeah. So hey, look, that's how you make it. What are you doing? You need to play games with me. What's this? No, it's not. No, why would you say that? Why would you say that?
Say what?
Exactly. Everything is picked up on this.
Okay.
Yeah, so look, hey, listen, you just need to know how to make things work. That's all you do.
But with the thing, what we're saying is, say you've got like a 12-week renovation, this is the kind of stuff you have to get in right at the beginning.
I haven't got a pen, I forgot this. You know, I didn't write this down so we don't forget, because I just reminded me. On this particular project, here's another mistake. This is a bonus because we didn't write this down. Another mistake is Severn Trent, right? Due to the place and the street that it was and how busy the road was, they could actually, not only did you need that long waiting list, but they couldn't actually do anything until school holidays. Oh, they wouldn't close because they had to close the road and put traffic lights there. They said four-way traffic system was just close by, which means they may have to make adjustments to that. They wasn't going to do it until a school holiday. Now, here's another problem, and this sounds like a stupid mistake that you probably won't make, but hey, who knows? I'm going to tell you anyway. So we were completing on so many different projects, and we were whacking projects out in 6-month cycles, but we were doing like 4, 5, 6 at a time. And one of the properties, you don't know what it is yet, what I'm going to say. Yeah, so one of the properties, we got a bridge loan, and we normally take it for 12 months. Now, for some crazy reason, some wires got crossed, and we didn't, let's just be honest, we didn't read it. I'm going to say I didn't spot it, but that's just game on. We didn't read it.
Indeed.
No, 6 months. So we actually send it, we sign a bridge that only gave us 6 months. And it just so happened that it's on this project that Severn Trent needed to do the work, and they couldn't do it until school holidays. So we went 2 months over the original agreed bridge, and oh my God, it was just like double. I think the payments were double for 2 months. Yeah, so again, very costly. Just you got to pay attention to what's going on. Now, obviously, we have systems in place, and we know what projects are running when. We're still making improvements.
Yeah, if you're doing private replacement work, so if you're getting your shared and led replacement scheme and stuff like that, then yeah, it's at least 12 weeks. If you're doing it privately, yes, it may speed it up, but even then, they have longer timescales compared to just being able to get the plumbers and stuff to do it themselves. Obviously, this is not work that they can do themselves, so it can be some crazy stuff, because obviously I've just trying to fill in there, because we've had private works and then we've also had stuff that we could do through the scheme. So always remember that if you have not got a sufficient flow, so if you're on a shared system with, sometimes we found we've been on a shared system with 11 other properties on a street, it's crazy. So the pressure is absolutely ridiculous anyway. And then they say to us, well, you are, if it's a lead and shared replacement, there is a scheme, so you can do it for free, but which is brilliant. So utilize that. But at the same time, know that it's going to be at least 12 weeks. So get it in either before you've completed your purchase or right at the very beginning, because you don't want that to cause you an absolute bind at the end when you're coming to refinance and moving tenants in. So because of this, we'd let the rooms and then couldn't move the tenants in. I had to move their moving dates back because there was no water. They couldn't do it because we had to disconnect and everything. It was brilliant. Brilliant.
They could only go toilet one at a time if they moved them in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you could only fill the kettle or go toilet. You had to choose between them.
Oh my God.
Is that not true? Are you feeling embarrassed? Yeah, here's another one. Yeah, this is a big thing.
This one's painful.
Leaving, I don't know, I mean, this is what we wrote down. Leaving the voids and reporting on voids down to the agent.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, I think this is the biggest mistake or mistake you need to avoid here is, look, by scaling, by running it as a business and scaling, you need to not fill your team with people, you know, just because you need numbers. Like you need a number of people to help backfill all of your projects and stuff. Like we teach exactly how to recruit and retain the teams based on all these mistakes that we made. We were able to come up. And by the way, the training is very different from someone just saying, hey, this is what I've done. Now, you know, I can tell you about it. This is actual training. It's not like a lecture. This is not, you know, this is not like you pull all the kids together and you're going to teach them how to play football. And you say, right, guys, let's sit down on the grass. I'm going to talk to you. And this is how I played football. So I'm going to tell you, and then you'll be able to play football. No, it doesn't work like that. You've got to train, haven't you? Yeah. You've got to get up, you've got to train, you've got to pass the ball, you've got to run drills. This is exactly what training is all about. So now we're able to do that because we have had and gone through all of this pain that we actually left the report to them or left the management to them thinking everything was just going to be okay. Well, actually, turns out not so. And then we got voids all over the place and we didn't know what income was where or what was covering what and all the rest of it.
Now, good solution, because
oh my God, this is so funny. You can't live in that pain.
I can't.
You can't live in that pain. She wants to prove to you that we sorted it out.
Not prove. I'm just like, I hate it.
Yeah, you hate someone thinking, oh wow, this is embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
It's good that it happened to us. We had to learn the hard way. But
it's okay. It's okay. So like, let's stay in the place where like it's painful because you guys need to know. Look, if you're going to go out there and you need to be absolutely on top of it. You need to be absolutely in control of what is it. Just write it down as a figure. You know, if you got 20 rooms, if you got 50 rooms, write it down. Say, right, okay, so out of 50, what's my occupancy? You need to know that at that level. Then you need to know per property level. Then you need to know what rooms in the property is. You need to know what income. You need to know AST start dates. You need to know end dates. What's the duration? What is the price agreed at that? And all of this needs to be in a very simple to understand report. So you can literally just look at it week by week. Yeah. And then once it's, you know, in its flow, maybe month by month. What do you think? Yeah, awesome. So she agrees. So what else? You want to say something else about that?
one great way to avoid this and have a good solution is that we have cleaners that go to the properties pretty much every 2 weeks. One, keeps on top of the maintenance, and two, if somebody has moved out and the agent hasn't actually made us aware of this for some bizarre reason, then she lets us know and says, do you know that this room is empty now? So then we can very quickly turn it around, get new bedding, get it advertised. So things like that is great, because you've got a regular eye going into the property to check on things and keep you in the loop. Because at least that way, if the agent hadn't been for 3 to 6 months to do their checks on the maintenance and everything with the tenants, then we wouldn't have known about that empty room. How bad is that?
Absolutely. So what else we got? Listen to this. Listen to this. This one, especially when you're scaling, because that's where it started to happen, right? Yeah. That's where this mistake. This is one that, like, either you don't do from the beginning because you don't think it's important, or it creeps in because you get complacent, you get lazy, and you think, oh, it's you don't have time, or whatever it is that you want to, what story you want to tell yourself. But this is not getting to know the neighbors. Now, I'm not saying you have to go around and have a cup of tea, but it is a good idea to do so, because you really get to know them and understand what's the vibe about. Now, listen, in a city, this might not kick your ass as bad, but in a more especially like residential flip areas, like villagey type things, where a couple of our different more strategies, rural, like we've got a couple of strategies that we execute in more rural areas, and it's like, oh goodness, you don't get to know, like, because everyone knows each other on the street. Yeah. That's probably not the same for city and HMO style where we're gonna do HMOs. Yeah. But especially there, so I tell you what, they will cause trouble if you don't get to know them and get on side and just start giving them, hey, look, this is what's happening, and upfront, because I think a reason why people might not do it is because they're scared that they'll, if the application that comes around to say, hey, look, this work's being done, does anyone oppose? They're like, oh, I don't want to tell them. Well, I want to sneak it under the radar. That's risky. Yeah. What are you going to slip under the radar when the work starts? No, it's not. Like deliveries, if you need scaffolding over the side of the house or the garden, or, there's a bit of rubbish here and there's a bit of dirt. Oh my God, they will pick on everything if you don't get to know the neighbors. No, it wasn't fun. Why are we talking like that?
I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah. Oh, seriously. You need to make sure you just knock on the door, 5 one side, 5 the other side. Just get to know some people. Just say, hey, look, this is what's happening.
Yeah, review your address, your personal address, being, public to people, like on your company's house and stuff. I remember one of the evenings, Mark was away. He'd gone to London or Singapore or somewhere, and they came to my house, the neighbours, and I was just on my own with the children, and it was in the evening, and 2 big men came to the front door, and I was like, hello. And they were just like, hey, you, Trisha? Blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, yes. And then they gave me this letter that they were obviously very passionate about, that they wrote, but I was terrified. It was the scariest thing ever. These 2 men really intimidating me and being all aggressive and stuff. And I was just really like, oh, Mark, where are you?
That's what happens when you don't get to know the neighbours.
Absolutely. And listen, a lot of it, the frustrations are quite all right, really, to be fair, because if we'd have just told them in the beginning, then, like Mark said, they'd have had time to prepare themselves for what was about to happen. They couldn't say no to any of the things we were doing anyway, but I think it's just courteous. Also, if you make
but they cause issues.
Yeah,
they cause issues. When you need a favor, you're gonna need a favor. Like it's like they just don't want to play that game. They don't want to do that with you. They want to try and throw the book at you and make it really difficult and make you jump through hoops. And sometimes they, like you say, Trisha says, if they're overly passionate about it, let's just call it, they might even go out of their way to stop you doing things. Yeah, out of their way, like waste time.
But also at the same time, it's really important, like, to get to know them, because in a lot of the more areas, like in the Article 4 areas we deal with, a lot of the properties around the ones we own are rented anyway, so it's tenants in there, so we don't have much to do with those. But definitely in other areas where I've made really good friends with a neighbour, and then for example, one unfortunately passed away just before Christmas, and I was contacted by his son because he said that my father told me that we must sell the house to you. And I was like, wow, okay. But firstly, I was really upset because he was such a lovely old man. But yeah, I got to know him so well, and he was really nice to us throughout the village because we own a few properties on that street. And he said, yeah, you know, when I'm gone, you can have my house, definitely. And I was just like, oh, don't talk like that. And he was like, no, I have cancer, I'm dying. And I was like, oh dear, it's really sad. But yeah, his son said, my dad said, I must sell the house to you guys because of what you do here and you providing amazing accommodation. And I was just like, wow, that is so awesome.
Get to know the neighbors.
Yeah.
And you know, this next mistake that you got, like, you need to avoid this. But I'm gonna do everything I can right now, because I know this is the mistake that everybody makes.
Yeah.
This is the mistake that everybody makes, and it comes down to their own confidence, self-concept, self-image of why they make this mistake. And the story they tell themselves, so they believe they are doing this when really they're not doing this. And that's the mistake. You're not doing this. And that is, the mistake is non-communication. Yeah. Like, people think, hey, listen, I don't have any update to give them. Someone's calling me for an update, but I don't have an update, so I don't have anything to tell them. Or the news is not good news, so I'm not going to communicate. Communication is absolutely key. Number one, you've got to remember, you've got to do the right thing for the right reason, because that's the only way you're going to discover true potential. Yeah, I've said it before, I'll say it again many times, and you probably hear that. But the thing is, it's like, communication is the king.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because at least because at least when we were going through building the relationships with our agents, solicitors, and vendors, and
the agents, like that, when you're buying properties, communication is absolutely key.
Because remember, they're getting pressurized with the vendors that are selling. They're getting pressurized by the solicitors.
But if you don't tell them something, and the solicitors then cannot be told something, and the vendor cannot then be told something, or maybe they are being told something, but it's all being made up. It's all being made up then. Yeah. So if you don't actually communicate what's happening, even if it is a delay, I mean, non-communication is a delay. So you've got to communicate. If it's delay, you got to delay. You can't lose.
Yeah.
Because either way, there's a delay.
Upfront and honest, because it's like, even we had something recently where I was like, well, I don't want to bother people, and I'm very much, I'll just take control and go off and do my thing. But then we got some feedback, and it's like, even if you don't have an update, just say, I have nothing to report. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But, you know, you have to learn something every day, huh?
That's okay.
Well, okay.
So communication is key, people. So stay in communication. If you don't communicate, oh my goodness.
Things will unfold.
Yeah, it'll catch up with you. Like, just say it as it is. That's the best way. And then that becomes your reputation. But here's the thing, you're still going to make that mistake. I'm telling you that's what you need to avoid. We're telling you that's what you need to avoid. But due to other things around self-concept, you know, your past conditioning and programming, ego, then you're not going to make the call. You don't want to look stupid. You don't want to come across like you don't know what you're talking about. You got to stay in communication. Investors, JV partners, you know, builder, everybody, you got to communicate. You got to stay in communication. Make it happen. Make that happen. And if you really want to figure out and go big when it comes to making sure you avoid all these mistakes and then know what to do, what processes, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give them some advice. Okay, if I give some advice. I don't normally do this. I want to give you the chance to attend Real Life Property Wealth, because that's where we go over the 10 most lucrative strategies that are working in the market today. Look, even like if it's not part of our own portfolio, we're done so far, what, in 2.5 years? Oh no, it's not
3 years now.
No, because our first one was accepted in like what, 2017 February, but we didn't exchange to August. Then we didn't take on other project that wasn't ours. So anyway, over 16 million, right?
Yeah,
only 16 minutes. Yeah, and that's just what we have physically delivered ourselves in terms of taking projects from start to finish. Yeah, so it's not just about what's in our portfolio, it's about all the projects, the buildings that we've done for other people. Now in the Real Life Tribe, we've got people doing huge deals. We've got people who are doing singular deals, just that those on a singular deal basis, like bigger than what we are doing. Yeah, at the moment. So but that's okay. You know, what justice am I doing to the world if we can only get someone to be, you know, nearly as good as us or as good? You know, I want you to be better. Yeah, and for that reason, I want you to come to Real Life Property Wealth to figure out what are these guys doing differently. Because everyone says, what's different to your program? Look, there's no way you're gonna know until you feel it. Yeah, it's a feeling. There's something different. There are processes and ways to learn things that are very, very underused. Yeah, we need more world-class trainers. So we are looking for more trainers. We have more programs coming. Yeah, but I'm telling you, the 2 days Real Life Property Wealth, when it comes to finding deals, knowing what strategies for you, how to implement this strategy, where to implement this strategy, what deals are going to work in the area that you're going to select, whichever strategy is that you're doing, then go to fund the deal. If you don't have any money, or you think, oh, you know, it's going to take me too long to raise or save up. There is no saving. Forget that. Let's move. There is enough money out there. There's a lot of people that want to invest in property. It's a sound investment. It's paying excellent returns on passive income. And listen, go look at it on YouTube. Yeah, I show you a way how to get infinite return on your money. People are talking about, oh yeah, listen, I want 10% ROI. Yeah, if you're an investor, if you're just going to invest your money and park it there, 10% is good for you. I mean, that is good. That is good. But listen, I'm talking about if you want to be in the business, yeah, you're going to be talking about infinite returns, 50%, 100% ROI, 150% ROI, 200% ROI on your money. Yeah, this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about.
Passive income.
Yeah, because you've got to know what strategies are right for you at, you know, whatever time you have available, who you are, where you live. It's all going to come down to it, like depending on what aspects you need to take advantage of. So just go to reallifepropertywealth.com. Yeah, the event is filling up very quickly because the next one is on the 1st and 2nd of February. Oh my God, it's like a couple of weeks away, right?
Yeah.
A couple of weeks away, you're going to be there. Look, even if you're existing tribe member, I know a lot of you are already coming again because you know you get more and more and more out of it because it's not just the technical information, it's the development of you yourself on how to execute and apply. Because I think everybody would agree, or everyone would agree that the execution is where everything happens. You know, I could read 1,000 books, but if I don't do anything, nothing's happening. Yeah, and even the book is only information; it's not the experience. And as we know, experience. People sometimes say experience is the best teacher. Well, let's face it, experience is the only teacher. Think about it. Yeah, there's some amazing people who have been on programs a year ago now, doing smashing things, absolutely amazing things, so big compared to the game that they were playing before. So you need to come and see this. You need to come and feel it. You need to come and see it over 2 days. Go to reallifepropertywealth.com. There's some people on there. Don't listen to what I'm saying. Oh my goodness, your conditioning and programming would already assume that I'm being biased, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. It would. Like, I'm already being biased. You already think that. So why not? Don't listen to me. Go listen to someone else. Go search people. Just look. In fact, search #RealLifeSuccess. You will see all the people getting offers accepted, you know, in the program, refinancing, quitting their jobs, people who can spend time at home with their families. I mean, I don't know what else I can do to persuade you to go if you've not been, or go again if you haven't been recently. Yeah, so look, tribe members, people who are actively in the Real Life Tribe, you know you can get yourself a ticket. If you have come and it's your first time, you can even get a free ticket now. Yeah, you can get a free ticket if it's your first time. So go and do that now. Yeah, go and do that now. You don't even need to watch any of this more. You need to go get your ticket. Yeah, #RealLifeSuccess. Go get your ticket right now. Get there. You know, you're gonna put it in there. Put it in the comments. Yeah, because listen, this is a serious game. Yeah, and I want you to have the best chance. And the only way that you're gonna have the best chance is by showing up to Real Life Property Wealth. I mean, I don't know if there's other people out there. Probably there is other people out there. When I say probably, I know there are. Yeah, and I'm not saying that does or doesn't work. I'm not saying it's good or bad or true or false or whatever anybody says. But what I do know is the processes and the support and the network and the resources, you take advantage of all of them, you put yourself in very good stead. and it is happening for more people, quicker and faster. Why? Because now they're starting to see that, oh wow, this guy 12 months ago had like one house. Now he has, you know, over 100 units. People are seeing, oh wow, this guy just was average guy. Now he's got £20,000 passive income net a month. You know, more money than he was earning in a year, but now he's getting it in a month. You know, what else have we got? We've got people doing there's people doing like, there was one guy, he's doing a development for 4.5 million. Yeah, there was another guy just after a few months, in fact, after the programs, invested 2 million or 2.5 million in a project which is going to have a GDV of 6.3 million. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is big. People are buying land. People are just doing it. People are rocking and rolling. Yeah, we've got some people on here who are already saying this. Yeah. Hey, listen, if you're there, you're there. It's meant to be. If you're seeing this and you're hearing these words and you're still listening to me now and you haven't switched off yet, then obviously you need to be there. Yeah. And you know what? Don't come by yourself. Bring your friend. But you need to see if you can get one for this. Later, other dates will be available at some point. But hey, look, if you want to wait like you have so far all of your life, then I'm not sure how that's working for you. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
You know, see, look, hold on a second.
Start the year with a bang.
Yeah, but this is the thing, like, you're a bit more softer, you're a bit like, hey, yeah, this and that. I'm just like, hey, look, this is the truth. I messed about for so long myself. I had so much ego and I was messing around and thinking I was going to do it this way and I'm just going to, you know, look, all the information you need is on YouTube. But if you want to know how to execute and have people to guide you through that execution, why you are there, to find deals, raise the money and have the process, literally a step-by-step process, a formula that is proven to get you financial freedom, passive income, get property deals that work for you, doing a strategy that works for you based on how much time you have available. Isn't it true? Yes?
Absolutely. And I think what is the biggest yes, it's like when you start taking action, yeah, you can learn lots and do training courses and read books and whatever, like Mark said. But when you start taking action and start achieving some little results here and there in your journey, that is when you need help and assistance and to be guided.
And also,
questions come up.
You know, here's the thing. Day. Also, we need to help you undo some of the other non-supportive ways of the way your belief system works. We've got to undo a little bit of that first. When I say a little bit, I mean a lot. You obviously know that. Yeah, so we've got to undo a little bit of that. And then we're going to show you your true power on how you take something that you learn into an experience, into a result. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it is a result that you want. Yes or no? Comment right now. Is it the result that you want? You know, I mean, I'm not sure that it's true. Maybe for Trisha, definitely not for me, but you don't come to see my blue eyes. You're not coming to see my blue eyes. You're coming because you want results. Yeah, and that's what this is all about, real life results. That's why we have a team of real life results coaches to assist people in getting what they want faster than they ever thought was possible.
Not bigger than they ever dreamed of.
We got people on here that I don't know, how old is this guy? Is he still in his late 20s or something? He's hitting goals that he didn't think he was going to hit until he was 40 years old, and he's smashing it. Yeah, so you just need to go and figure out this people. So that's what it is. Go get your ticket, get someone else to get the ticket. Yeah. Oh my God, that's exactly it. Without the results, none of the rest counts.
Exactly.
You know, you might have had a bit of a good time with some people. It's about results. It's about how you make it happen. So if you want to be in the best place possible, real life property wealth, 1st and 2nd of February, it's in Loughborough. I'm going to put Loughborough on the map. Yeah, everyone wants to go to London, everyone wants to go to Birmingham. Hey, listen, Loughborough's where it's at, I'm telling you. Loughborough's where it's at. That's where Paul Radcliffe Stadium is, in the university.
Yeah. Olympians train there.
Yeah, I did train there, correct. Yeah, thank you very much. Why an Olympian? What class is an Olympian? If you like ran the 100 meters in PE at your college, is that like, am I an athlete? Does that mean what constitutes athlete?
I think that's like a gold medal.
Maybe we can do a live on it and I'll bring an expert on there. Oh, by the way, we've got some amazing information coming up. that's going to blow your mind around crowdfunding, raising money, and the what you need to be. Yeah, developments. You want to buy flats, leasehold, freeholds, all of that great stuff. So keep your eyes peeled. Go subscribe to Real Life Group on YouTube. Make sure you react to this. Give us some heart, boss, angry face. I don't care. You know, whatever you want to do to help this get out to more people. Hit the share button. Watching this on YouTube right now, hit the share button, comment, ask your questions, share your experiences. Let's do this because, okay, awesome, guys. Listen, whatever happens, whatever you took from this, you better make sure you remember one thing, yeah? And that is to do the right thing for the right reason, because that's the only way you are going to discover your true potential. So take it easy. Thank you so much. Love to you all. Thank you for your support. Keep sharing so we can get to more people, because the more lives we can change, the more people that we can help be free, the bigger the team becomes, the more greatness we can deliver to this planet and beyond. Hopefully one day, maybe I'll figure that out. Take it easy. Bye-bye.